Not much.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
To see you again.
Specialist Leisminger, you are promoted as indicated. The rank of Sergeant E5. Effective date 23 April 2011.
It's an honor to do this. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for your service. It was an honor to do this.
You too.
For real, it was. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. Just
Thanks. Okay.
And I would feel it, find my target and I drill it. More than a weapon in the right hands, feel you're not a part of my plans. I was created for things much bigger, pump me up and pull the trigger. So go on, load me in the shotgun, hold on, I'm ready to blow. The faint of heart, hope that you're not one when I let go.
Here we are back in Colorado, bandit hunts, back with some of our heroes from the U.S. military, Iraqi veterans. There's not much I can say, guys. We're in a cornfield, we're in a pit blind, the geese are still working tight, they're not coming out in as big of groups. It just was a humbling experience to be in the pit with these guys. Last week you saw part 1, this is part 2. More great goose hunting action, more great Camp Ripley action, Blackhawks, tanks, howitzers, M4s. Let's get in the truck, let's roll.
Alright, Doppler GPS is on, EHH, avionics, coil control not needed, AFCS, variable edge lights, pound power on reset. S1 off, S2 turn, FES boost pushes, switches push on. Check. Select center, collect full on position, raise over 1 inch for minute friction. True stop pounding your friction. It is. Alright, select center, collect compass switch slave, GPS off. Started engines, control system selector, connect first start, direct on 1, direct on 2, ignition switches on, select figure 3 within 3, out the void 2046 transmission engine oil pressure, roll number 2, pump lights are out, pump 6 going auto. Engine oil not required, flick to hold. Only. Quarter point.
I remind you of a dog you were kicking. Do I remind you of a bastard child? What's the point of these fights you're picking? What's your reason for getting me right? Well, I deserve more respect than you're giving. Thought you knew me better than that. Is this all just a lie that we're living? Am I baited into your trap?
You know, I'm humbled in the fact that I can carry on a tradition that's gone on for so many years. And I have the privilege and truly the honor, and I'm humbled every day to be able to put the uniform on, working full-time for the National Guard. It truly is, it's a privilege. And I've always said that the National Guard has done more for me than I'll ever be able to repay. Here they come, right from 10 o'clock. They're dropping their feet right now.
closing up. Get ready, guys. Get ready right out front. Get ready, guys. Get him. That's that cripple.
You know, this hunt's a little bit different than the first one. Before we were on water, ground blinds right up on the water's edge. Today we're right in the middle of a big cornfield, right by a pivot in a pit blind, and these geese are loving it. You know, we got probably about 15 dozen full bodies out. The Dakotas are doing their job. They're loving the sound. They're seeing the flag. The soldiers are fired up. Megan's on target. Everything was coming together for a successful week with these soldiers, and I couldn't be more happy.
It's two spinning. Watch these two, guys. Get ready out front, guys. You guys get ready out front. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Woo. Nice. Shooting right there.
I think that one got triple tagged.
That was pretty. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. No wind day. Yesterday we had 15, 20 mile an hour winds finishing right in the ice pocket. Beautiful. No wind, completely different bird, but we're tricking them. They're hearing the right stuff, seeing the right stuff.
Look at the burst on that thing. Holy moly.
Wow. Can you guys please start hitting them in the head?
Center mass, baby. When we were deployed, I started a group called Waterfowl Wednesday during our deployment. And I just wanted to start a group where we could get together, we could watch some waterfowling shows and DVDs, we could practice our calling and just talk about waterfowling. And during the deployment, we would miss a hunting season. So I wanted to be able to, in some small way, still enjoy waterfowling while we were gone, while we were on deployment. And we would meet every Wednesday evening and we would do just that. We'd talk waterfowling, we'd watch some shows, have a good time and practice calling. And I wanted to reach out to waterfowlers and just have some fun during the deployment.
Ready on the right now. Spinning on the right. We're going to move right in the pocket. 3 more coming down high. 5 more coming down right, Tyler. Watch it. Get these 3. Watch these 3 guys. Come on the right. Cody, got it. Get them, boys. Go ahead. Absolutely beautiful. Hustle up, hustle up. I like telling soldiers to hustle. Making me do push-ups and stuff. Now I got them running around. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Get covered up, get covered up.
Cover up, cover up.
Covered up, get there, cover up. Check your eyes.
I was riding on a one-way ticket to a destruction is long and paid. If not for you, I'd never been saved. But you caught me at a bad time. Why we gotta be so pretty? Why we gotta be so cool? You know that I want, and the last thing I need is to fall in love with Well, I was planning on a couple more years painting this town. I never met a woman that could hold me down. But you're the one girl I could turn it all around. But you could have picked a better time.
You ready, guys? You ready? Shoot them. That flock worked and worked and worked.
One's coming around right over the top.
What do you say, Jeff? You like that?
Yeah, that's too awesome.
Right in your dish.
That is too awesome.
They went all the way back over this
side,
light.
look at them.
I always knew that I wanted to serve some branch, some way, shape, or form. Had a long talk with my parents and actually had them sit down with a recruiter myself, and I signed up when I was 17. So I've been doing this for all of my adult life. Haven't regretted a single day, and I actually really like it. I mean, there's some great people, some come and go. You only know them for a couple of years, but it is definitely something you don't get to do doing your normal 9-to-5 job.
Oh, hey guys, whether it's the season, the off season, or just some needed personal time, I choose American Waterfowler to get me through. Whether I'm looking for some great tips, awesome news on gear and gadgets, or just some great reading, I choose them every month. Check them out at waterfowlermag.com and get your subscription today.
Become a fan at facebook.com/BandedNation.
enjoying the outdoors with new friends. Enjoying the outdoors with soldiers who I've served with, who I've had the opportunity to share time with over the last many years, but also the new friends you meet. And coming out here and meeting new friends with the same passion and the same interest, well, I will always remember. There'll be many days looking back at pictures where I can look at these hunts, look at just the time we spent together and talking, and always get a smile on my face. Even when something's not going right, it's that common passion that you share of being out in the outdoors, seeing those birds set up, seeing them come in, and then the high fives and the happiness and the crazy young kids run across the field. I'll remember that always.
Two pairs coming. Ready, guys. Get ready. Get ready, guys. Get them. Guys, get him. Uh-oh, that is a freaking train wreck. That's called a teardown right there, huh?
Camp Ripley, the history of Camp Ripley goes back to 1931. Actually, it goes back into the 1800s with a cavalry fort that was built on the Mississippi River to promote trade and protect trade here along the Mississippi, as it was a very, very important area as Minnesota developed. The fort itself, Camp Ripley, established in 1931 after it moved up from Lake Pepin. We needed a larger training site for the soldiers of the Minnesota Army National Guard. And so Camp Ripley was established to serve that purpose. It expanded 3 times over its history to its current size of 53,000 acres, roughly 80 square miles, of 19 miles in depth, 5 miles in width. The soldiers at Camp Ripley also have the opportunity that we also have restricted airspace over Camp Ripley. So if you think Camp Ripley is 3-dimensional, we actually control the airspace as well with the FAA. We have a 6,100-foot asphalt runway here. We can take aircraft up into the large troop transporting aircraft, as well as a assault strip for C-130 use, which is short landing field use availability. We have an aviation brigade in the state of Minnesota, so our helicopters are up here, which the team today got to experience a little bit of our UH-60 Blackhawk work to see the base that truly is Camp Ripley. One of the reasons Camp Ripley is so important to training is because this is a collective training site. The soldiers do their individual soldier tasks and training at their home unit armory locations. When they come to Camp Ripley, it's to do the large weapons maintenance, the large weapons tasks that we need to do to train to go to war. You think about it in pre-mobilization. So prior to us mobilizing, we use that training time here to collectively train on the large weapon systems that we need to get to refine skills to get ready to do their actual mission. When a unit's notified of a deployment, for example, to Iraq or Afghanistan, one of the current locations, they will get that mission about 18 to 20 months out, and they will train up to that mission standard. Individually, they're training all the time. The individual's tasks never change, but the collective training tasks do, and they have to be done on a combat training center like Camp Ripley, where they can use the large weapon systems to their advantage.
Follow us at twitter.com/BanditNation.
My soldiers are just like my kids. You know, they're important. You take care of them, they're going to take care of you in combat. And there's nothing better than to be able to teach people things, develop them as soldiers, watch them become real men, and then they pass that on to other soldiers and keeps on going.
Can you see him? Get ready on the right. Get ready on the right. Watch these four. Watch these four. Get him, boys. Shooting.
He's getting some air under him.
I got a face full of dirt.
You smoked that one.
You guys got a mark?
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool to be able to look down that pit blind and see all those soldiers with their lids cracked a little bit, being able to watch the show these geese were putting on. I had Seth Askvig in there running a little camera, and we just kept giggling back and forth. You know, these guys have been over in theater and war, protecting our country, and now we're getting to give a little something back to them. And to be able to see them smiling and high-fiving, hooping and hollering, it was just awesome.
Kiss you right there on the sunlight was fading fast with every minute went by like a slow train. I held on tight with all I had.
All I had was a crazy feeling in my heart.
In my heart, yes, I knew that you were gonna be the one time I finally got it right.
Kill him. Woo! That was in the hole.
Yeah.
That was pretty. Huh, Jeff?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Were they close enough? I can't even get a shot off with this group. Were they tight enough? Yeah, they were. Huh, Otto?
Right there.
Talk to me.
Oh yeah. I didn't even see the ones that were close.
That's what big honkers do, man. They just stall up and there they are.
My problem is the old guys too slow. And they're all dead before I get out.
22. 6 more. No, wait. 23 with that one. So 5 more. Copy? Roger?
Mission accomplished.
How good was that right there, Jeff? They were tight, huh? Huh?
That's just too much fun watching them come in the hole. That's awesome.
I've had 2 tours over in Iraq. It's hard. It's not for everybody, but I certainly love what I do.
My soldiers are just like my kids.
I'm a believer in the service that we do and how we do it. So.
You know what else can we say? Getting to take these guys to Colorado and just give a little bit of a thank you back to them for what they do for us, pretty cool deal. They bring us out to Camp Ripley and thank us for taking them on a goose hunt. It all comes full circle. Hunting was the common denominator. There's a heritage that we share with waterfowling, a passion. You've heard the soldiers talk about it. I know that Jeff Nelson loves to call geese, call ducks. I know that Otto loves to get after them, and Sergeant Mag. I know that they love to waterfowl hunt, and just to be able to bring it all together, the camaraderie and all the friendships that were formed, the new tricks that we were able to teach them, what they were able to teach us, the push-ups that I was able to do, the competitions, the bets. We're friends now. The military, Bandit Nation, the Fowl Life, National Guard, common denominator is hunting. I love it. I can't say anything more about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was truly a blessing for us to get to experience it. Can't wait to get back with the troops. Every time you see the military, tell them thank you. Don't take them for granted. Support our U.S. military. Join us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Chad Belding. Thanks for being with us.
Got a couple things I'd like to give to you guys, and I think I told you two that if I remember right, I gave Cody and Tyler coins of mine when we were out in Colorado, and I told you guys you'd have to come here to get something like that. And I want to give you guys a couple of things to take away, but first of all, what I really want to do is I want to thank you for your support of soldiers and airmen and Marines and the Department of Defense, and I want you to continue. I hope that you will continue to do that, to support those soldiers. And I hope what we showed you over this last 3 days was just a little taste of what we do, and how we do it. Because we're very, very proud of what we do, and I'm very, very proud of what these kids do every day, and stepping up to this stuff they do.
Broken white lines and headlights. Rain splashing down, covering the glass. My vision blurred, but not my sight. Radio plays another tune, and road signs saying it won't be long. 4 states in 6 days, chasing my dreams. This can't be wrong, 'cause it's the rising of the sun. It's a bite in the air. Anticipation rides in my veins. A day like this must be rare. My foul life is in full swing. No telling what tomorrow may bring. So let it fly, cover the sky. I won't explain, I can't compromise. And ride with me.